What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. For today's video I'm going to be doing a breakdown of the season finale of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. There's some few things that I thought were great in this episode, some other things that I thought they could have done better, or some things that I feel like they missed out on in terms of like my theory crafting. But we're going to get right into it. I'm going to do a chronological breakdown similarly to how I've been doing most of these episodes, and we'll get right into it. So for number one, we see my boy Falcon. He gets his new suit. My man flew all the way from Louisiana to New York in no time. So definitely this is the first introduction to power creep when it comes to Falcon. His new suit is going to give him the capability of doing a lot more things, like we saw later in the episode when he's able to lift that armored truck based on the propulsion system that his new suit is made out of. But he gets into a fight with Patrol, and you can see he's using his shield. He's looking real good with the shield, and he's able to really go toe-to-toe with this guy, and then he leaves to try to go and save the hostages from the helicopter. So with that, let's move down to number two. Number two, while Falcon's doing all this, Bucky is on the ground trying to follow the armored trucks with the other hostages and the flag smashers. He ends up pulling up. He does a sick-ass move with his motorcycle, ends up doing like a clothesline on one of the flag smashers, and then he's trying to take him out while also protecting the hostages. During this fight, Carly lights up the motorcycle on fire, half of the truck's burning, so now Bucky has to redirect his attention to save the hostages, while John Walker pulls up with his bogus ass shield. That shit didn't even last one punch, and you can see he's really out to try to kill Carly for what she did. She killed Lamar Hoskins. With that, let's move down to number three. For number three, we see there's a split second where the armored truck is about to fall, and John Walker, knowing that he has the super soldier serum, pulls himself together and is like, you know what, this is going to be my redemption moment. And this is exactly what I was talking about in my last week's breakdown video. I thought that he was going to have a redemption. I thought that he was going to sacrifice himself, and he tries to end up pulling the truck back over from tipping over so that he can like save all the hostages, and it then doesn't end up going so well. The flag smashers attack his ass, so he has to lose his grip, and then Falcon comes in and saves the truck like I spoke earlier. But I thought it was interesting to see that deep down, John Walker does have some good morality within him. It's just a matter of like how crazy he ends up getting, or how bad somebody gets under his skin, that he just goes berserk and he can't really can't use his moral compass. So with that, let's move down to number four. For number four, it's Sharon Carter, aka the Power Broker. She ends up killing Carly because Carly was potentially going to shoot Falcon. We still don't know if Falcon's new suit is bulletproof. I would have been curious to see if she would have shot him. He takes the bullet and he's like, oh shit, looks like I'm bulletproof. That would have made him the second bulletproof, actually no, the third bulletproof black man in the MCU with Luke Cage and Black Panther. But yes, she says, she comes out early in the episode, she's the Power Broker. She ends up killing Carly, and when she kills Carly, Falcon and Bucky at this point, they do not know that she is the Power Broker. And for me, this was a bit of a letdown. I didn't want her to be the Power Broker. I wanted it to be Ross, like I was saying. I just don't quite understand why she would want to be the Power Broker and not have the super soldier serum herself. Like, how did she think she can control all of these other super soldiers that are the flag smashers? Personally, this was one of the biggest letdowns for me. I think it's just because I get so into my theories that I really want them to come out, and then I feel like I know my shit, but Marvel pulls this kind of stuff on us all the time, and unfortunately, Sharon ended up being the Power Broker. So with that, let's move down to part number five. After Sharon kills Carly, Falcon ends up flying her out. It looks so majestic. It almost looks like the comic book cover where Superman is flying down with Supergirl. And this is when he gives his like Captain America speeches, where he's like, you know, you guys are so much better than this. This girl was willing to die for her cause and trying to save all these other people who are living a terrible life post blip. So he was just like kind of letting everybody know, like, hey, you have the responsibility and the power to make a difference for all these people whose lives changed before the blip and after the blip, and you can't just sit around here and do what you normally do. He's like, I am a black Captain America. Some people might look at me and then might not give me respect, but I'm doing it anyway because this is what needs to be done. And it's supposed to be his like motivational and influential speech. I thought it worked. You know, it's giving him the chance of like taking on that leadership role that he's trying to become as the new Captain America. We see the Flag Smashers getting escorted out with the police. They get in the truck. We find out they're going to the raft, and we also find out that Zemo's at the raft. As they start driving off, we see the butler with his white gloves on. He presses the detonation button. Boom! Everybody dies. And come to find out that was Zemo's butler. He was already one step ahead. He bombed them. He's at the raft. He doesn't want all these super soldiers at the raft. And it was just so sick because like my man Zemo really has eyes and ears everywhere, and it was just it was very like Joker-esque, like where you guys are playing checkers, but he's playing chess, and he's always ahead of the game. I did want to see a few other people at the raft, maybe even one other person, like let's say it was Abomination to the left of his cell, or Ghost to the right of his cell, one other person from the team that they could be making for the Thunderboltz. That was another little bit of a letdown, but let me know what you guys think. Did you guys want to see any other people in the raft with Zemo? If so, who'd you guys want to see next to him? And with that, let's move down to part number 7. We get U.S. Agent, his official first time that they name him that. I know I've been calling him U.S. Agent since day one. My man John Walker, he doesn't deserve the role of Captain America, so I wasn't going to call him that. But he gets the comic book accurate suit with the red and white stripes. And this just goes to show that my theories from before, where I said that he was going to die, was incorrect. Looks like Marvel does plan on using him. They could probably use him in a Thunderboltz project or something else. I know I was talking to my boy CG over at Camp for All, how I don't personally think he could fit in a lot of new upcoming Marvel projects. Like for example, let's say he does join Thunderboltz, and Zemo is also on the Thunderboltz. Zemo's going to be the leader. Zemo hates Super Soldier, so like he would have to put that aside to try to work with this man, especially through all the events that took place during this season and this series. I don't know. And then on top of that, like I can't really see where else he would fit in, like maybe Armor Wars, maybe Secret Invasion. I don't know, but I feel like that's like 2 or 3 plus years out, and for me, he wasn't a character that I necessarily want to see stick around for so long and see his character development. But that's just me. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think John Walker deserves to stick around? Obviously he is, but let me know where you guys want to see him next. And with that, let's move down to number 8. For number 8, we see Bucky. My man confesses to the Asian guy, I forgot what his name is. You know, he lets him know, I know what happened to your son. I have to confess, I killed him as a Winter Soldier. I did a lot of bad things when I was under Hydra's brainwashing, and I know I can't make up for it, but I can give you the closure that you need. This was part of the therapy that Falcon had said to him, you know, do better, tell people, like, do better for other people, not for yourselves. And he gave him the closure that he needed. He found out how his son died. It was very unfortunate, obviously. You can see it in Bucky's face. He was like trying to hold himself back from tearing up and realizing just all the bad shit that he's ever done. He could have easily been like, yes, I was the Winter Soldier back in the day, and although those murders and assassinations that I committed, they haunt me, I'm not going to try to redeem myself or repent for any of the sins that I committed. So I thought it was a touching scene. It was a good closing to the story arc that Bucky had did, especially because at the end he gives the therapist the book and says, I'm all done, thank you for all your help. So with that, let's move down to number 9. For number 9, we get Isaiah Bradley and Falcon, or Sam, whatever. He takes him to the Captain America Memorial, and boom, we see a section of Isaiah Bradley's backstory, history, so that when people go to the museum, they can see that there was a previous Black Captain America. He was the one who had the serum. He saved all these other soldiers, and he's gonna get the recognition that he deserves without being outed. Like, the legend of Isaiah Bradley will live on, and he doesn't have to worry as himself walking down the street and people like recognizing him and be like, oh my god, he's a super soldier, let's get him, or whatever, perform more experiments. It is another very touching moment, especially coming off of the moment that Bucky just had. He closed the loop with Isaiah Bradley and said, you know, I can make a difference for you, and I will let your legacy live on. And with that, let's move down to the mid-credit scene. For the mid-credit scene, we get Sharon. She shows up to the courthouse, I guess. All the senators are there. It's the same place that John Walker was at the Capitol. And she essentially gets her pardon. She gets pardoned for the events that she did when she was in Civil War, and she stole Captain America's shield, Falcon's wings, and she was on the side that was against the Sokovia Accords. They didn't pardon her for the stuff that she did as a power broker, because still nobody knows that that's her other than Carly, and she's dead, Betrot's dead, and maybe more of the Flag Smashers that knew her identity, they're gone too. So she walks out of there all high and mighty. She says, yes, I will retake my position as a SHIELD agent or working for the government or whatever. And she gets on the phone and says, hey, I'm in. You know, now that I'm in, I'm going to get access to new weapons, secret tech, super soldiers, whatever. I know we didn't get my Ross appearance that I was looking for, but I was hoping on the other line it was going to be Thunderbolt Ross. He says, all right, good work, hangs up the phone, and all we see is like just the bottom half. We see his beard or some shit, like minor face reveal, but I don't know. And then I was also thinking about it. I'm kind of thinking she's trying to set up stuff for Secret Invasion. Maybe she's a Skrull. I'm thinking she might be, especially because earlier in the episode we saw her do like the face switch with the tech that Black Widow had. It could have been like a little Easter egg for her being a Skrull and really just getting into these high government official positions to have all these other Skrull leaders have access to like the weapons and all the super soldiers and all that shit that she was talking about. But let me know what you guys think. The parts that let me down were what I said about Thunderbolt Ross not being the power broker or not even showing up. But you know, those are just some minor things. Overall, I thought the season was really well done. Not gonna lie though, I think I did like WandaVision a little better just because they were able to do a very different storyline with what they did, and I think I was more sold on the storyline that they went through there, despite all of the miscalculations I made with my theories. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or now Captain America and the Winter Soldier? What was your favorite part of the season? What are your biggest questions? If there's anything that you guys want me to try to look further into. As always, you can best support the channel by leaving a like, subscribing, and sharing this with your friends so we can have conversation about these shows. Now that we're done, we got a few weeks off, and then we're going to get into Loki. I'm excited for that. So let me know what you guys think or what you guys want to see out of Loki. And if you want to personally chat with me, you could DM me or follow me at Mr. Jalapeno 13 on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had a blast with you guys for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I'm going to keep videos coming out. I got a video that just dropped for Shang-Chi, for the Shang-Chi trailer breakdown. I did a collaboration with my boy CG, so go check that out, and we'll see you guys next time. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.